Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into today's episode. I'm talking about the NFL overtime rules here. Uh, the NFL overtime rules, in my personal opinion, have been absolutely terrible throughout the years. I know they changed it to where they're trying to give both teams possessions, but even still, if the first team scores a touchdown, the game is over. I still believe to this day that the college overtime is the overtime to be. Um, each team in the college overtime gets one possession from the 25-yard line, and they have to score touchdowns. If that happens twice, then they move into a sudden death overtime where it is just about 2-point conversions. In my personal opinion, I believe that is the absolute best way to resolve a game that is in overtime. Giving a team one the ball and then having that defense to stop them and then that other team not even getting a chance on offense isn't necessarily right. And I get it, you know, the world's not fair, the game's not fair, life's not fair, this, that, and the third. But this is, overtime. At the end of the day, these guys got to overtime because the defenses weren't able to possibly live up to their expectations if the game was high scoring, or the offenses weren't able to live up to their expectations if the game was low scoring. So to base it off of just one sole, stance of those players from one offensive side and one defensive side is not the right thing to do to solve a game. These guys deserve equal opportunities to both go out and win a football game. At the end of the day, the college overtime rules are phenomenal. I don't understand why the NFL doesn't adapt to those rules. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I also believe there could be less injuries. In overtime, you have the entire whole field. And the college overtime, you have less of the field to work with from the 25-yard line. And at the end of the day, you know, I feel like there's more of injuries when when you got the entire span of the field because obviously you have to go the full length, this, that, and the third. At least with this shorter field, hey, we could possibly get a quicker end result too. Um, but this is just one man's opinion here. I just there's no game clock. There's only the play clock. So at least there's still the play clock. It's not like these guys are sitting in the pocket for an hour before throwing the ball. So we still got that. But there's no time constraints on that whole 10 minutes. And then at least we get a winner at the end of the day instead of looking at a game where we have ties. Like we don't want to tie in regular season. There's no ties in the NBA. Like we needed a definitive winner. You cannot just end a game with the tie. Like that needs to go. Um, that absolutely needs to go. But back to what I was saying. NFL, please adapt the overtime rules of the college level. You will make the game better when it comes to overtime. There will be an actual fair shake of a win here, and I who knows, who knows, who knows what's next. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe button down below. I'll hit y'all with some more content later down the road. Just remember, this is Hefe's World, and you're just living in it.